Binger's next car across the line.
So let's have a look at my Bingerling, who was up into P3. So it is fairly tight at the top there. You can see we are finished for qualifying as Binger comes across the line, 3/10 off of pole, and he goes on to pole position.
And it is go, go, go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are racing here, and it is Binger leading the field through a very wet Eau Rouge for the first time in this race.
Safety car.
And we've got the safety car. The safety car has been deployed already. GRT's off at the back. Rick Oztech, very reminiscent of that race in 98, I think it was, in the Formula One, where we had that pile up a little bit earlier than this. But look at this. Yellow flags are out already. And Wilco, have we called it? Have we got a safety car already? Or?
Yep, we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Yep.
So there is Jason. Well, scenes here at Spa, because with everybody in the pit lane, like you said, Wilco, it's pretty much going to be a sprint race, isn't it? Because everybody's made their mandatory pit stops. And is that Voodoo coming out of the pits already? So I think Voodoo might have jumped Binger here. So Voodoo will have the race lead to go racing. And I think Wilco is peeling off into the pits. And finally, we can get ready to go racing. So Voodoo now takes the lead of this race after the pit stops. So it's worked out very well for our championship leader. Not so much for his one of his main championship rivals, Binger. But here we go. We are go, go, go. Here it's green flag racing once again. And Voodoo streaking away. Binger having a little bit of a cheeky look at Nobby Nuts, but nothing doing on that occasion. You'd be a brave man to pass heading up the hill at Eau Rouge. But Binger is lining him up here, Wilco, and looks like he's going to have a go down the Kemmel Straight. Is he going to get a run on him here?
Oh, Barter's in the wall. There's a big puddle at the left-hand side of the track. But Binger got it, and then Barter just got it then. So that is what probably caused a lot of people to have some problems there. So it's... That's big there. There's a massive puddle just almost on the DRS line, Trev. You know the DRS line on left line. Yep. So
and
Binger got that. He had a big moment, and then Barters has just fenced it big time. So
there must be a little river again. Guess who's back up to the chicane then? First and second, it's closer.
Oh, he's got to run. Go left, go left, go left. What's he doing? He's trying to go right.
He's going left. Oh, he should have gone left, but he went right.
Oh, Voodoo's gone deep. Voodoo's gone deep.
Voodoo's gone deeper than Big Shep. I better not finish that either, Wilco, because where has he gone?
He's got him.
He's got him here. He's into the lead. So Nobby Nuts for Hot Nuts Racing leads this race. Voodoo went too deep at the final corner. Then I think he might have had to. Is there? Okay.
Yeah, he had to do a shortcut there, so...
Nobby Nuts has disappeared. Nobby Nuts has...
Oh, he's disconnected.
He's completely disappeared. He went through the earth. He went through the earth.
No, Nobby.
And he's currently on his way to China to catch Rona, because this is unbelievable. He just disappeared off my screen. Whoever wins this race, it's going to be a fantastic effort, but boy, I am so
OGT's got to run here.
That Nobby Nuts isn't, but look at OGT. Go OGT, get the dogs, says Righty, and he's around the outside. Puddle or no puddle, Wilco, he's through and up to third position. Amazing.
And light rain in 6 minutes, so it's even lighter soon. So if this was
this could be it.
Oh, Voodoo had a massive moment.
And Voodoo's had a moment, has he?
This go. Now it's almost
first, second, and third. Yes, that famous call from Monza all those years ago. And Voodoo OGT runs a little bit wide through the downhill entrance to Pouon there, but the final lap of this race, we've only had 10 laps, but who would have thought?
Who's going to get this win? Quickly get your comments in. Who's going to win this one
Get your comments in. Half a lap to go. This race will go.
Quick in a straight line. Massively quick. He's got a big, good run. OGT's wide again.
OGT's wide.
They're all trying their heart out.
And awesome. Voodoo, look at this. Voodoo to hold the lead. So LJ Hooker reckons Voodoo's got it in the bag. I've got to agree with you. So does Matterford. But out of the final corner, Voodoo is going to win this race. But who's going to finish second? Binger finishes in second. OGT, an incredible drive from him.
There's another big battle going on towards the back.
Outside of Mac Miller.
Oh, he's stuck on the curb.
And he's stuck on the curb.
Where's Rick?
Shades
he's a little bit further behind.
Well, is Mac going to get on the radio and say, he passed me off the track, guys. He passed me off the track. Just named Max.
Goodbye, Finished P4, Barter's P5, and this is going to be P6 and 7 here.
P6. Well done, guys. Great stuff, LJ Hooker. Been an absolute pleasure to bring this to you. But Kilroy around the final corner and out of it again. So he is going to finish 6th, I believe. Is he, or Mac? Yep, so they've swapped places, haven't they? So Kilroy 6, Mac 7th, Rick Oztech in 8th. So battles right down the field.
Driving the Lexus RCF GT3. This is Kid Buyers Racing League round 8, reference lap from Laguna Seca. Here we go.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Lexus RCF GT3. This is Kid Buyers Racing League round 8, reference lap from Laguna Seca. Here we go.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 8 of this KRL Championship. And tonight we're coming to you from the sunny state of California and the famous Laguna Seca as we see Nobby Nuts drivers coming out onto the circuit to begin this qualifying session. It is hot, hot, hot here. You can see track temperature 27 degrees, air temperature pretty much the same, no real wind to speak of. And like we said, round 8, Tier 2 coming to you live and exclusive tonight. Don't forget, Tier 2 tonight, Tier 1 tomorrow night, live and exclusive on this channel from 8 p.m. Eastern Time as I welcome our current reigning champion and championship leader, Jason Wilkinson, the man from Carrum Downs. Good evening to you, Wilco. We are back for another week. How good is this?
Yes, we are back, and a bit drier than last week. Gone from the rainy forest of Spa to the desert of Laguna Seca, so a bit different for these boys this week. But I'm sure the racing's still going to be nice and hot. So here we are, 27 degree track temp. I think it was about 18 or 19 with, as OGT launches over a curve there. So it's very different track conditions this week, so it should be good to watch. Boys all doing their first lap now, so we should see Binger's probably going to be the only car to set the time straight away, as OG would have got an invalid lap. So take it away, Binger.
Here we go then. Let's have a look. Let's see as I try and just fix things up here. Yep, there we go. Fingers crossed we don't experience the same issues we had last week. But Binger first across the line with a 1:24. Well, hang on a minute here, Wilco. Voodoo now 1:23.487. So 6/10 of a second quicker than Binger already. And who's on the pace at the moment? We've got 4 guys in the pit lane. Good turnout tonight too, by the way. Keep those comments coming in. Hello to you, Buggerlugs, Aussie Thunder, Voodoo. Sending love through the comments. Big hello to everybody tonight. This some clown Trevor Byers has been commenting, spamming the chat. Big hello to everybody out there as well. OGT Binger now. Speaking of these two, Wilco, that reminds me of the championship situation. We might get to these drivers' points. Thank you, OGT and Binger, for reminding me about this. Now, there we have it. Voodoo leading the championship currently on 148 points, ahead of OGT on 111, and Binger on 102 points in third position. So if Voodoo can get the Wilco slam tonight, and if OGT and Binger run into trouble, Wilco, Voodoo could have this championship wrapped up, but as we know, anything can happen.
Yes, I think I worked it out today. I have to have a quick little look, ski. Where was it? Okay, so if Voodoo wins, OGT, if he finishes 5th or lower, Voodoo is the champion. So, which these boys are looking pretty quick together. They're all 1, 2, 3 at the moment, but they'll definitely close up. Binger did a 1:22.9 before in practice, so expecting him to go even faster. But so if Voodoo finishes first and OGT is 5th or lower, Voodoo is the champion. But then if Voodoo finishes 4th or lower, the championship goes to next week at Kyalami. So still all to play for, it is.
No doubt about that. And as we know, things never quite run smoothly. We can go through those points throughout the course of the evening, but on the subject of points, let's take a look at the teams, the Constructors' Championship, the Team Championship boards, Wilco, which are a little bit closer. Cheek and Chong Racing on 187, Team GYR on 159, Big Bad Binger Wolf Racing on 104, close between 3rd and 4th, Prancing Arrow on 101, AMG Motorsports 78 points, 30 for Hot Nuts, 27 for the Unknown Motorsports concern, and then 10 for Skippy and Super Freak, 9th on 9 points, as we've got less than 10 minutes now in this session. And who is on a hot lap at the moment? Let's have a look at Voodoo. I'm too scared to flick between these cars too quickly, but Voodoo with a 1:23.2. He's going even quicker again, Wilco. He's going to be a hard man to beat with 8 minutes remaining.
Yes, he is. So this is going to be interesting to see. We've got a few boys been looking pretty quick this week too. So remember Nobby, the old old what do you call him? We went to China to get the Rona. I think that was the call last week when he got into the lead. Nobby Nuts, who's just gone up to P4 by the way, got into the lead and then disconnected about 50 meters later. So that wasn't good for him. So he's going to be looking for some revenge this week. But I've got GRT going into the last corner now. He's where is he currently? In P5, so maybe he can jump up onto the second row of the grid here.
Let's have a look.
Other than that, let's have a look. Yeah,
GRT
also on a lap.
across
No,
the
he can't.
line.
So Righty is on a lap. So we did make a deal when he was the first guy to become this wild card back in, I think it might have been Imola maybe. And he said to me, he's like, oh, I can't do quali. I said, look, I don't want to have tier 1 guys doing quali unless you want to go in an old spec car or like something like the BMW and stuff. And he goes, oh, I'll do that. And he's been in the Ferrari for the first 3 weeks. And he goes, oh, I'm going to run the BMW tonight. Does it mean I can qualify? I said, yeah, you can. Currently he's last, so I don't think it matters too much, Trev.
As we take a look at Righty down there in 13th place, lucky for some, 2.4 seconds off of the pace currently in the BMW tonight, the number 42, bit of a change up from the Pink Panther.
Nice car. We haven't seen the BMW. Actually, fun fact, Righty was in Bumble way back when we were on the Project Cars 2 and SRL first season. He actually won the Bathurst race in this car, not this exact car, obviously this is a very updated version, but in the BMW GT3. So he loves this car, so hopefully he can do some good work tonight. But of course he's not actually in the points race, he's just sort of here to sort of have fun and put those front four under pressure really.
As he goes through that corkscrew there, yellow flags out just behind Righty in fact. As Hermit's Cabin says, I bet Cheek and Chong's racing car blows a lot of smoke.
That is correct. That Cheek and Chong is Voodoo. Yeah, enough said. But his teammate is Aussie Thunder, so that's also good to see there.
There we go, good stuff. As Voodoo comes out, we can see him on the right. Right, he comes across the line. He stays 13th. Rick Oztech down there in 14th. And Jason Cutler says, or types, Ryan says, go, good vibes. So big hello to Jason.
Is he on track?
Vibesy.
Yeah,
Let's
yes, he is in
let's
the McLaren. No, he's
have
just
a look.
gone off into the gravel and he could be
Not the best timing. Not the best
Yeah.
time to flick over to good vibes, but Aussie Thunder says, I'm happy with that time. Personal best. And
Nice
Aussie
odds.
Thunder in P6, so he's within a second there. Not too bad, Thunder. Don't forget Hermit's Cabin and Jason. Please subscribe to this channel. We've ticked over to 1,200. And plenty of action. What are we? Round 8, I think. We've got a couple of rounds left after this, including this week, which makes it 3 rounds of this championship.
Up to P2.
And Static has it. He's a good qualifier, isn't he, Wilco? But it's just putting it together in the race that seems to be the issue for him when he does make that start. But we're riding with good vibes at the moment. So is this, what do we got, 5 minutes left? Are we seeing these drivers come out onto the circuit now for their final runs? Or are they just sorting out these track conditions? As Mahoney
Yeah, it should be getting faster and faster.
faster and faster now.
Track cooling off a little bit again. So
they've been
yeah,
given-
everyone's coming out on the pits now. I've got OJT is the car who's going to cross the line now. But yeah, Mahoney is racing tonight. That's old JJ Penguin there. So he's starting the back with Matterford in the Tier 1 Wildcard Cup, we can call it, I guess. So should be good to see how these boys go tonight. Of course, Matty's been in great form in the Cup car this season, so hopefully he can transform that good form into the GT3s, which he did struggle with last season, but he was in the McLaren, which was a bit of a handful. So hopefully we'll see Matty and JJ get up the field and finish in the points. But other than that, OGT up to P3, so they're close, but Static and OGT are close. We've got
Very
Nobby
close.
coming around the last corner now, so he's in P8. He was in P4 a minute ago. So these times definitely getting faster in these last 4 minutes to quali here.
Let's have a look here. And Matterford has had a great season, of course, in the Cup car, unless you're heading to the Aqua Minerale at Imola on the last lap. But anyway, I've mentioned it. You haven't mentioned it first, Wilco. What's going on? But Mahoney says, I'm here. I'm in the pits eating dinner. So good stuff. But let's recap then. 123.2. I was going to start on a full tank and pit lap 1, says Mahoney. Joe, thank you for that, Joe. And I've forgotten who he is. Which one is he? F1?
Penguin.
Penguin, there we go, JJ. Thank you for that. God, I've got amnesia. But Voodoo, currently there, that 123.253. The track, if anything, Wilco, has cooled down a degree or two as Nobby Nuts, that corner really does catch them out. And heading towards the corkscrew, I think it's the Rahal straight
Kilroy,
between
lap here, I reckon.
turn 6 and 7 as we're going to go to Kilroy. A man who I
He
like
just
to...
hit that curve at the last corner, pushed him a little bit wide. Hopefully I didn't muck his corner up too bad, and as he comes across the line, he couldn't improve, did a at the same time he did, so
1.2.
unfortunate for him, but yeah, he's definitely a good driver. Kilroy did have a nice little last lap battle with I think it was Mac last week in the wet, so they'll be looking to have another good one here. We might go on board with maybe Vibesy.
Let's have a
He's
look.
gonna be the next car to cross the line. He's got Rick in front of him, so Rick's got new wheel settings in that Ferrari tonight, so hopefully he'll be a little bit faster and a bit more consistent. So other than that, yeah, we start trying to get these last few guys across the line, make sure we don't miss anyone's lap, Trev.
Yep, we're going to be right across
Vibesy
this.
and Binger, the next two cars after Rick.
So Vibesy in the McLaren, the number 64 on your screen. Beautiful looking car. Let's see what he can do with it. Currently 2.2 seconds off of pole position out of the final corner. Turn 11 here at the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca.
Go to Binger. Where's Binger to pop in?
And let's have a look at Binger. So it is very tight, isn't it? There, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And Binger.
He's starting another lap now, so then Voodoo. Might try and slow down a little bit for you. I'm trying to get the cars.
Nigerian Prince.
Binger. And then, what's he doing? Could not go faster, and then Kilroy's going to be the last car we'll watch, and then we'll go back to Vibesy there. So Righty up to P7, that's good for him.
Good stuff. You can
And
see.
here's Kilroy coming across the line, and he goes up to, stays the same.
So
And Mac
not too
stays
much
the same as
happening.
well, so
There's
Vibes, he's got his
J-Mads.
lap invalid, so maybe we might jump on the on board with Rick, maybe see how he's going with the new wheel settings there. Materford doing a Prez tonight, last to first, or last to fourth, or whatever it was.
Last to fifth. I think Perez...
There you go.
Well, I guess fun fact too. We love our fun facts, don't we? It made me laugh when they were talking up Perez's race. I think Albon started in the pit lane, I think, and finished fifth in Spa a couple of years ago. But
His
anyway,
first race, and then they
his
dropped him
first race,
12 months later.
and then it all went downhill from there. But tell you what, 1 minute remaining in this session. So, Wilco, these guys have got to get their timing right, don't they? Because what is it, 124 a lap around here? 123 if you voodoo. But they've got to get to that
Where's
line.
Binger gonna go? He's going to get an extra lap, Binger. And he goes up to P2. Ooh, that's crucial there.
So
He is
Binger,
he's the only other car out of OGT, Voodoo, and Binger that are mathematically a chance to win the championship. So he needs to finish in, I think it's a top 4, I think I worked out. If he doesn't do that, he can kiss this championship goodbye. Or as Rick has a big crash.
Rick has a
So
big
maybe we'll
moment.
jump on board with maybe Stat. Let's go on board with Static Hazard.
Let's have a look at Static Hazard. Not a great corner, that one, is it, Wilco? Of course, some bad memories there from, I think it might have been a social race. No one came and helped either.
I think it was a practice round, actually.
I think it was, yeah, but no one came to help, which was quite disappointing. But there we have it. So we've ticked down to the end of this session. So
Binger is the next car. Back to Binger. Can he do what he did last week, which was at Spa, and on his last lap he actually snatched pole from Voodoo in the wet, remember? So let's
there
have a
we
look.
go. So
Binger and Kilroy, last two cars out on track. But what are these boys doing? This is the best time to be out on track. Last car over the line. That's what I love to do, Trev.
Perfect
That's
track
my bread and butter.
temperatures. This is where you get it done, of course. Senna back in the day, right at that the last seconds of qualifying would always punch in a time. But here we go. Here's Binger. So he needs to find just over 0.3 of a second. No, he can't get it done.
What about Kilroy?
Let's have a look at Kilroy, currently down in P8.
And he needs to find a couple hundreds and he'll jump up to P7.
And it's
hopefully he's got some green boxes at the moment and he's going to go faster going into the last corner now.
And an old school track, of course. No concrete runoff here, Wilco. You go off, you're in the sand, but here he comes out of the final corner, turn 11 onto the main straight, which is kind of a curve in itself, but he comes across the line, so he stays 8th. So not many drivers improving in the final few minutes of qualifying. The Voodoo stays on pole position. with that 123.2, which he set at the beginning of qualifying. Very strange, though, Wilco, not to see more drivers out, like you said, at that and in prime time for qualifying to set those quick times, but not many drivers out there.
No, so yeah, that was interesting. Maybe maybe there's shit on the track. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. Or yeah, Voodoo got that about 8 or 10 minutes to go. He went faster on his second run, and then no one could improve at the end there. But anyway, here we go. It's time for the race. So we'll catch you all in about 3 minutes' time.
We are going to get a short message from our sponsors. Our sponsors, of course, being Voodoo's magnificent editing skills and his intro. We'll flick across to that, but stick around because it's going to be round 8 Tier 2 action coming to you live in just over 2 or 3 minutes' time. Stay tuned, stick around. This is KRL. We'll be back soon. Welcome to KRL. In your screen at the one time. Oh no! Look at this! Harvey Norman looking to make moves on Mighty Murph, but I reckon Barnes is going to make him pay. And he sticks it down the moment. Cartoon almost sends Wilco off, but Wilco manages to keep his foot in the championship. But the new boy up to P5. Look at that, he's trying to break the slipstream on the main straight. But he is under pressure here. Great effort from Static Hats first, second, third, fourth, and fifth all together. Speed's got a run on him. Is he going to make a move down into turn one? I reckon he is. Down the inside, he's basically fully sending it. In the final corner, he will take P7, I reckon, but Jimbo and Rob Dog, he's going to get his first points of the year as well. Who's going to take? It's time to go racing for KRL.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to go racing here at Laguna Seca. It's Voodoo on pole. His championship rival, Bingaling, not too far behind him. Static Hazard and the rest of them coming up to the last corner. Take a deep breath, Wilco. We are almost ready to go racing.
Yes, we are. Here we go into the last corner. Long formation lap here. We've got Ridey and a couple of the boys driving inside each other at the moment, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So remember the championship at stake. If Voodoo wins, OGT has to finish 4th or higher. If he finishes 5th or lower, it's all over. But call the start, Trev. Here we go.
It's all to play for. We are ready. The countdown is on. Wait for it. It is go, go, go. Green flags. The Universal Boss gets us underway. And Binger takes the early lead. Heading into turn 1, Voodoo slots into second place. Static Hazard right up there as well. OGT trying to hang it around the outside of the Ferrari there, but not working as we head down through turns 1, 2 and 3 on the opening lap of this race, and Binger leads. Voodoo now under all sorts of pressure from Static Hazard, breathing down his neck in third place. I think everyone's got away cleanly. I think Sniper and Mac Miller at the back. JJ Penguin, of course, starting from the pit lane, but Binger with the early lead as we climb the hill, approaching the infamous corkscrew for the first time. And Wilco, beautiful start from Binger. And, well, we talked about the championship, and Binger has made the perfect start.
Yeah, they've all got through nice and cleanly. Oh, who was that? It was Heat, I think, had a big moment there. JJ went around the outside of him, which was nice. But yeah, they've F1 Sniper and Mac had it coming together somewhere. Righty. Safety car.
And safety car is deployed.
I'll wait for everyone to finish this lap and then I'll call it.
And we're going to put... No, you're not, Wilco. We're going to put those graphics up. No, we're not going to put those graphics up. They don't seem to be working tonight, but the safety car is out. And what is going on with those graphics? I'm not going to touch anything, Wilco.
Just going to go to safety car now.
Safety car now, safety car deployed, safety car aboard zone flags, safety car aboard zone flags. So on lap 1 of this race, the safety car, unlike Codemasters F1 games, Wilco, is appearing more often now. And you can see...
We're back.
We are back, and where is Wilco, I hear you ask? Well, he is getting ready to bring this safety car out onto the track there. The beautiful Aston Martin, the Fanatec British Racing Green Aston Martin there of Jason Wilkinson in the safety car. And let's just have a look. We might head back to the front of the pack. Are we getting that safety car ready? I think we're off now, aren't we, Wilco? Yep.
Just rolling down pit lane now.
So the safety car is coming out, so I think you are going to catch Binger and the rest of them who are coming through the corkscrew as we speak. So safety car is out, and I think it was an incident involving Righty, was it, Wilco, who got some...
Yeah, Righty spun and got collected by, might have been maybe Sniper and Matterford maybe. So there was 3 cars involved. There was a couple crashes early on too. I let them go because it's the 2 cars, but as soon as there's 3 cars more involved, it is, yeah, safety car out. As GRT has not pitted, so he's, don't know what he's doing.
So GRT has not pitted, but the rest of them have. So GRT goes in the lead. Binger, Voodoo, Static Hazard, Thunder, Nobby Nuts, you name it, they're into the pits. We might just flick across to you good self there, Wilco. So you've picked up GRT. And it really is a no-brainer, isn't it, coming into the pits under these safety car conditions, because it's such a slow lap and you've got so much time, don't you, Wilco, to come in, make a stop. As we know, pit stops, it's not like Formula 1, people. It takes time in this game to come in, make a stop and come back out again. And the drivers have been given instructions as well, Wilco, are we using the entire pit lane tonight?
Yep, the inside line there, so... We'll make sure everyone should be doing that and making sure they're not coming out onto the track early. But at least it's sort of everyone's going to be pitting under safety car. Hopefully, these boys at the front might want to go for track position and hope for the few boys crash out towards the end. But yeah, so hopefully it should be all good for tonight. But I'll get this safety car rolling and these boys can go and do their pit stop. And
we're going to stick with you there, Wilco, in the beautiful Aston Martin safety car. As I guess there are some options. They can get track position, like you said, Wilco, in the early stages of the race. And who knows, we could get another crash and there could be another safety car. So they might look like a genius, a masterful piece of strategy if they were to get that track position. And who knows, a safety car could come out again later on. But that is a beautiful green on that car, Wilco, as you're just getting around this track. So I think we've got the guys who have come into the pits. Let's have a look. Are we going to see anybody else? No, they're staying out, Wilco.
Yeah, they're staying out, which is interesting. I thought they would have pitted, so...
Interesting stuff.
Speed a little bit more. Hopefully we can get going this lap.
There we have it. So this could potentially be the last lap. GRT, JJ and Good Vibes electing to stay out. Very, very interesting call there But still, who knows? It's a long race. 24 minutes to go in this one. We're only on lap 3, so there could be plenty more action so far in this race. And you can see currently in the championship, Binger made the better start, didn't he? He launched ahead of Voodoo off of the line and led into turn 1. And Static Hazard as well, putting Voodoo under pressure. So Voodoo, he's not too... If he gets away cleanly, he can maintain that lead. But it was a brilliant start, wasn't it, by Binger, Wilco? Just straight into the lead at turn 1, no worries at all.
Yeah, it's on the outside there. If you sort of just get a nice run, you can, yeah, definitely take the lead there. So everyone's sort of catching up now by the looks of it. So hopefully we should be going this lap this time around.
As we come through the turn 6, I think it is. Yep, 5, 6, the Rahal straight. And heading towards the corkscrew. There's a turn 8 on this circuit. Fun fact, we love those. There's a turn 8 and there's a turn 8A before we get to 9. So at least that's what the track map's telling me.
Really?
So I think this is turn 8A, I think. Or we might be heading. I think I'm leading the race, Wilco. I might be a bit ahead of the game here, but we could come in this lap. There's a few, 1, 2, about half a dozen or so cars at the back, but I think if you can manage to bunch them up, Wilco, they might be all good to go, I think, by the end of this lap, because at the end of the day, we want to go racing, don't we?
Yes, we do. So we should be good to go this lap. I'll get my lights all turned off and ready to go.
So there we go.
We'll be good to go racing.
Safety car in this lap. You can see GRT leads the race. One of just 3 drivers yet to stop. We are underway. There's a couple at the back, but never mind about them. We're not going to quite get underway yet. GRT becomes the safety car now that you've peeled in, Wilco, and we are go for the second time in 8 minutes. It is go, go, go here at Laguna Seca, and GRT makes a fantastic start off the restart. Look at that. JJ slotting in behind him, if you don't mind. JJ going a little bit deep into turn 1. Good vibes. And Voodoo looking very racy indeed. Down there in 4th, Wilco. He is all over the back of Good Vibes. I think that's going to be just a matter of time. But Binger, well, he's lost out after that safety car. He's back behind Voodoo again. So he's got plenty of work to do if he's going to repass his championship rival. And Voodoo, that's
going to let the...
you shouldn't be passing there, Wilco.
That's letting those front two skip away a little bit. So they're going to probably lose almost a lap having to pit. So this could be interesting here. Voodoo could be through here.
And Voodoo down the inside of the corkscrew. He's a braver man than me, Voodoo, and there he is. He gets the move done. Great move, great driving from Voodoo. The Nigerian prince looking racy off the restart, Wilco.
He is. So, yeah, I don't know what these boys at the front are doing. The rule is only 1 safety car per race in these Tier 2 races. So, I don't know if they read the rules, but they've, as Good Vibes goes wide, so that could be letting OJT through as well.
Well,
now, the
obviously,
teammates side by side, Static Hazard and Vibesy.
Let's have a look. Static Hazard and Vibes. Vibes dropping down the order there. So Static is faster than you. He lets him through. So does Matterford going through on the inside. Obviously, I didn't read the rule book because I think I mentioned if there's another safety car, but never mind about that. Maybe send another copy in the mail. But look at this battle in the midfield here. With 20 minutes to go, lap 5 of this race. And these guys in 1st and 2nd, Wilco, well, they're 2.3 out in the lead, but it's just, they're really in no man's land at the moment, aren't they? It's going to be hard to see what they can really do from this position at the moment. With 20 minutes left, very long pit stop. They've missed their chance to basically get a free pit stop at the beginning of this race. But anyway, I'm sure there's a method behind the madness as we see GRT, who is still leading this race. JJ not too far behind him, and he has come from the back he is doing a Perez there, isn't he? From the back of the field. Voodoo 2.2 seconds behind him, 1.7 ahead of Binger. So Voodoo very much in the box seat here, Wilco. He's 1.7 ahead of Binger. And if he just stays out of trouble and lets GRT and JJ do their thing at the front, he knows that they need to come in. Mandatory pit stop, of course. So they will be coming in eventually. As speaking of coming into the pits, look like Rick Oztech, and I think that's Mac Miller coming out of the pits.
Max is coming out of the pits. So he's going to be careful here. Hopefully he does normal pit lane.
This battle for the lead, JJ. Slightly deep into turn one there and out of it once again. But it's looking like a good little battle here at the front. Like we keep saying, these two yet to make a stop. It's not mandatory. The pit stop is mandatory. It's not mandatory to pit under the safety car. It's just common sense. As somebody is texting me, and I thought I put that on silent. But lap 6 of this race, round 8 of Tier 2. We mentioned at the top of our show, if you're just joining us, big hello to you tonight. Good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. But we did mention that the championship is up for grabs, but this race is up for grabs. Wilco, the Penguin, JJ, out of his natural environment, of course, in the heat of the Californian sun, looking like he wants to make a move against the other Mercedes of GRT. He's getting very close to the back of him here.
Yeah, so the only thing I can think of, these boys want to go late and probably pit around with 10 minutes to go, unless JJ feel like he's getting held up now, he might pit. No, he doesn't. But yeah, so if they pit with 10 minutes to go, they're probably going to stretch the gap and probably come out around from the, I don't know, 8th, 10th sort of range. And they might be able to sort of pick up a couple of positions. They've got to hope everyone's battling. But yeah, strange decision to pit. If it was a 45-minute race, then maybe with the heat, Taiwan would be a bit more of a factor, but it only being a 30-minute race and not pitting and doing, doing 25 minutes on the tyres, what everyone else is doing, where these boys doing like 10 minutes on the tyres, it's a big loss. You're not going to gain back a good 45, 60 seconds. And
especially with, I was about to say, whilst you were talking there, Wilco, especially with Good Vibes too, isn't he? He's sort of nowhere now. He's down in 8th position.
Yeah.
And he's got Aussie Thunder for company behind him and Kilroy as well. So really, he's like we say, I'm sure there's a method to it, but he's dropping down the field, isn't he? And you're not going to get through there, Aussie. And that turn 5, not a passing opportunity, or at least I wouldn't have thought that was a passing opportunity, Wilco, but we've seen a couple of guys try to go down the inside there as we climb the hill once again, heading to the corkscrew. Turn 8, the corkscrew, and very famous or infamous corner, like we've said, but Good Vibes now. When is he going to come into the pits? This is very close then, and Aussie Thunder hasn't quite got through yet. Good Vibes.
Static Hazard's around.
And Static Hazard is around, and he's well and truly off the track. Whereabouts is he? He was down, it was got him...
Second last corner.
Second last corner, so he's down in 5th. Righty goes through, so does Heat. But Righty, very quiet so far in this race, but he's down in 12th as Static Hazard. And especially when you go off here, Wilco, there's not much room for error, is there? You've really, as soon as you go off, you hit that sand and all onto your tyres, and it's not really good for anyone's business. But lap 8 of this race, and Voodoo maintaining the gap down there in 3rd. JJ is still in 2nd now, just 2 tenths.
Binga ran wide there.
Behind GRT. Let's have a look at what Binga's doing, and he's dropping back, isn't he, Wilco? But he's just slotting into 2nd there, and I believe effectively the top 3 in the championship are effectively top 3, aren't they, in this race at the moment? So this would keep the championship going if things were to finish once GRT and JJ have made their pit stops. It would keep the championship going into next week. But 16 minutes remaining in this race. The sun is setting here at Laguna Seca. Track temperature still 26 degrees, same as the air temperature there. You can see where Static Hazard went off there last time around, Wilco.
JJ must have had a mistake because Voodoo's in front of him now.
And
Binga's all over JJ.
And Binga is all over JJ now, that's for sure. Lap 9 of this race. So Voodoo, the timing screens have updated. You can see in the top left there, Voodoo up to 2nd. So a bit of natural selection. It's worked out quite nicely there for the Nigerian Prince.
Just removes Penguin nice and easy there.
Well, JJ has been taking a wide line through turn 1, Wilco, but that didn't worry Binga too much. And Voodoo, what's happened there? He's had a bit of a moment coming off of turn 4, I think, and he just got all out of shape, and now Binga is going to be right up behind him. I'm not too sure what happened there. Wilco looked like Voodoo just had a bit of a moment. And it's not over yet, says...
I think Bingham might have said, JJ, what are you doing? You haven't pitted yet. Get out of my way. You're not obviously in this championship. So, shove love. And he gave him a little push up the rear. He pushed him wide. And, oh, Binger! No!
And that is not going to do the back end of that car any good. And he's not once, but twice. He's into the wall again. Looks like there's a little bit of lag going on. Not sure what happened there. Turn 5 or is it turn 6? Either one, but I think it's turn 6 there. But, well, I think he might have... Has he got some terminal damage there? I think he's out of this race.
He's gone, yeah. So I think he hit the wall and, yeah, that's done.
So that could have big ramifications for the championship.
That puts OGT up to effectively second, so that's more points for OGT, which means those two will be battling at Kyalami next week. OGT and Binger, that is. Sorry, OGT and Voodoo for the championship.
Well, so that basically puts Binger out of the championship race, doesn't it, Wilco? Mathematically,
yep.
He cannot win the championship now. So thanks for coming, Bingerling. And I'm not too sure whether he rage quit or what happened there, but he just got all out of shape. And Voodoo.
I have a feeling he's not going to be happy with JJ sort of just staying in front of him for a bit and like I don't know what happened. He made a mistake and Voodoo was in front of him, and then Bing was all over him in the last corner. And I think he might have thought, JJ, since you're not actually racing this championship, you might just sort of let it go. But obviously JJ wants to battle these guys. So yeah, they'll see. Hopefully JJ pits this week, this race now, this lap, and OGT can have a nice free run at Voodoo here.
But, of course, Wilco, it is for position, of course, though. So there's nothing wrong with what JJ's doing, or GRT for that matter. But it's more annoying than anything else for the other drivers.
Yeah, it's the more annoying factor. Because, yeah, these Tier 1 boys racing in Tier 2 were been told not to get involved in battles and people and crashing and stuff too much. But we'll see how this folds out.
And who could forget that famous multi-21 race? Was it Sebastian? Get Mark out of the way, he's too slow. And Binger just getting the elbows out there at turn 1. He made his own decisions today, didn't he, Wilco? But he won't quite have the... And that's just the way it goes. But, yep, multi-21. Yes, great stuff. Great rivalry, that one. And the cameraman is just catching up. And it seems to be this part of the track, Wilco. If I get my track map going here, no, it's gone blank. It seems to be turn 5, 6, 7, heading towards the corkscrew that seems to be catching these drivers out tonight. Not a lot of grip in this part of the circuit.
Yeah, and these GT3 cars don't like curbs at all, so that's another issue there, as Righty's had another moment, he's around. So Righty's having no luck in any car on his new Fanatec at the moment. He's done more laps than he has in the last 3 races. And I think he might be, Righty's done, so... maybe that BMW is not as good after all, but yeah, Voodoo just keep on right. GRT's in the pits, is he? Yes, he is. So
GRT in the pits.
He's probably going to come out nearly lap down.
Very tight pit lane.
Should be still P10.
They're dropping like 5. So I think the best thing that GRT can hope for, like you said before, Wilco, is a points finish. I think that's what he'll be looking for. I'm just having a look there. There's a 10-second gap between Kilroy and Heat. We might have a look at some of these drivers in the midfield, Wilco. Aussie Thunder up in P6, having a nice little battle with Kilroy here, Wilco. And Kilroy, the silent achiever, the quiet achiever here in Tier 2, once again up in the top 6. He's a handy little racer, Kilroy.
Oh, he is. He's a good bloke too, ripper bloke. So, where's GRT going to come out? So I think GRT's going to come out about 9. Where's Vibes? He's going to come out about 9th. So he still gets some points, but he's not going to go any higher than that unless there's some disconnections and stuff. But there's Vibes he getting out of the way of his mate OG there, which is nicely done by him. But yeah, these front few are sort of skipped away a bit now, so the track's sort of spreading out a bit as GRT comes out in the pits and is in P9. So
P9, 2 points. 4 at the moment anyway for GRT, so who knows, if you're aiming for a points finish, it's not a bad strategy. But Voodoo leads this race on merit, of course. Now everyone, barring JJ, has made a stop, but he's sticking with Voodoo, isn't he? But he's just in the middle there at the moment. He's in the Voodoo OGT sandwich. But you know what? He's going to be saying to himself, JJ, I'm in second place. I'm quite happy with where I am, Paddy, so don't talk to me through the corners. I'm quite happy with where I am. I'm in second position with less than 10 minutes to go in this race. I started at the back, and I'm very happy where I am, he says, Wilco.
He does, and I quote, Trev. But, oh, JJ's around, he's in the fence.
And forget about JJ,
Oi.
he's in the fence. He's in the fence, as the great man would say, Scapey. But look at that, JJ says, I'm used to driving turbo cars, and then James would say, well, all I can say to that is bullshit. But we can't swear, can we? Because it's not 9 p.m. on the eastern seaboard yet. We have gone back an hour. But JJ is now down in third. Who's behind him? So there is a gap, isn't there, back to Matterford. So JJ,
yeah, so
he's quite happy. He's quite happy doing what he's doing. We'll leave JJ to it for the time being. But lap 13, back at the front. Jason Wilkinson, if the results, you don't want to be going out there, Voodoo, too many times, but if the results stay as they are, first and second, 37 points, that gap will get extended to 43 points, heading into Kyalami next week as we head from America to South Africa. I still reckon there should be a race in South Africa. I think it's the only continent we don't race in, I think. Apart from Antarctica, but good luck getting the tyres warm down there. But Voodoo on lap 14, the Nigerian Prince really not working the black magic tonight, Wilco, but he hasn't really needed to. He's kept his nose clean, minded his own business, and now he sits quite comfortably, 2.5 in the lead over his main championship rival with less than 8 minutes to go in this race. Happy days.
Yeah, happy days. Just take it nice and easy. He might even just a little sneaky and let OGT get the win, just make it extra exciting for the next two races. But yeah, it's a bit boring having these very fast championship leaders, Trev, just walk away with championships this season, isn't it?
It's very boring. Not if you are those championship leaders, Wilco. But for everyone else, it's not quite as exciting as last year. I think you and Murph ended up with a point between us, and
yeah, that was intense. This is a bit more calm.
That was very intense. This is much more calm, just the way that Voodoo likes it at the moment. But he's had a dominant season, hasn't he, Wilco? When you think back at the results so far this year, we're only at round 8 of this championship, but it all really started, I think it was Brands Hatch, wasn't it, Wilco? He just dominated. He led from start to finish, got the Wilco slam, and he's never looked back, has he, in the recent races? There's somebody coming out of the pit lane there.
There's JJ. He's now a lap down.
A lap down, yep. He just threw me out there a bit. He sort of slotted back into second, but he is a lap down. As you can see, Voodoo OGT in second. We might flick through the drivers lower down the order, as we might flick through, not too quickly, of course. We don't want to... We're saying it's quite boring, Wilco.
Kilroy and Aussie are actually battling for third because Matterford, of course, being a T1 driver, doesn't actually get any points. So, yeah, so these boys are actually battling for third. So that could be interesting to see. We might get Matey in the party just so we can have a talk to him, and I can fire him up out tomorrow night. But other than that, yeah, these Kilroy and Aussie could be the ones to watch getting their first podium for KRL, which would be interesting.
This is going to be very interesting. We could see a new podium finisher for KRL with Matterford. He's third on the track, of course, but it really is this battle between Aussie and Kilroy. Kilroy, once again, he's a great bloke. Oh no, that's Aussie Thunder there having a moment through the corkscrew. I thought I put the commentator's curse on him, but Kilroy just gets it done. A good...
Well, he's caught up to Matty there, so Kilroy could get the P3 on merit here, Trev.
So it might not matter whether Matterford's a Tier 1 man or not. He might get the job done whichever way you look at it, which would be fantastic. I think he got driver of the day not too long ago, but I've got to say, he's a good accumulator of points, isn't he, Wilco? A good teammate to have, Kilroy, because you get almost... halfway through the race, and
Well,
before you know it,
he
he's
is-
up inside the top 6, and now he's 4th, and like you said, chasing that P3.
Yes, well, Kilroy and OGT are actually teammates, so they're Team GYR. So I think they're 2nd or 3rd in the championship. So, and of course, Kilroy's missed a couple of races. So, yeah, definitely a handy teammate to have. My teammate in Tier 1 has done about 2 races, Trev. But that's another story for another day. As car 3 is Mac is off at the last corner. He's got going again. But yeah, Kilroy and Matterford could be the battle to watch, Trev.
Certainly, we're gonna stick with this. But you said about the team championship points, and you can see there 159 points. Just recapping, Team GYR. So it's not over in that
That's
constructors
Kilroy and
championship,
OGT,
is it?
Yeah.
So Kilroy and OGT, another good handy haul of
Cheek and
points.
Chong is Voodoo and Aussie. Yeah, these boys are sort of battling for not only their P3, although Aussie's dropped back about 3 seconds now, they're also battling for their team championship too. Who is the other team in that battle? Who's in?
Big
What's
Bad
first, second, third?
Binger. We've got
Big
Cheek
Bad
and Chong
Binger, so it's-
1. Team
Yep.
GYR and Big Bad Binger. Try saying that.
So
Wolf
that's,
Racing. So
Binger
top
and
3.
Wolfie. So yeah, so these are the 2 that look like they're going to take a lot of points tonight. Cheek and Chong and Team GYR. We might have to fix the old leaderboard up for next season, have actual names on that so everyone knows who's who, rather than me having to sort of work out who's who. But yeah, Kilroy just sort of dropped a little bit off Matty there, so Matty's sort of just picked up the pace again. He must have made a little mistake. Other than that, there's not really much going on, Trev.
Not a
Maybe we
lot
have to
going
throw
on.
the driver of the day. Who's your driver of the day? Everyone in the comments.
Get those comments coming in. Still 7 loyal people following us and watching us here on the live stream tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, boy oh boy, Tier 1. Love some Tier 1 action, Wilco. Maybe you could talk us through your routine on a Thursday, Wilco. Get up, head to work as somebody's
I'll
off.
Go through
We've
it.
got
That's
a yellow
Mac.
flag.
Mac. I think he might be retiring.
Mac and Matterford's off. Matterford is off.
Oh no!
Stop everything. Matterford has gone off at the corkscrew. He's put it into reverse. He's back on his way, but Thunder's past him. So is Kilroy. Thunder.
Well, Kilroy's up to P3, so that could be,
Kilroy.
yeah, definitely.
So-
I look forward to talking to this man. We're not putting the mocker on. He's still 2 and a bit minutes to go, so about 3 laps maybe. 2 and a bit laps maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Well-
but back to my pre-race ritual, Trev. So I like to wake up in the morning at 6:05 a.m. I get ready for work. I have some breakfast of champions, which is not sex, unfortunately, on a Thursday. I then go to work. I hang out with Big Shep all day, and then I'll go home. I will then go for a nice run so the dog's not annoying me. I'll then jump off from practice, smash out some practice, and then get pole position and win the race. That's pretty much how it works, Trev.
You forgot about the upsized Zinger combo with Big Shep for lunch and maybe the bottle of Jack Daniels as well. But still a fantastic pre-race ritual. Was it Kevin Bartlett, KB, that used to have the fish and chips before?
Did he?
I think
I know James Hunt got down and dirty. Let's get down to business.
Yes, good stuff. All I can
Breakfast
see
of champions.
all I can see to that is spot on, Wilco. As Voodoo now coming around, 90 seconds left in this race.
It'll be 2 laps, I reckon, yeah, because
2 laps.
minute 23 a lap, so it's just cross the line then. So unless Voodoo wants to sort of back up this lap, yeah, we could be 2 more laps to go now.
And he could, well, he can't really take his time, can he? Because OGT 3.6 seconds. So OGT's taken a couple of tenths out, but Voodoo just taking it easy. We're going to stick with this man. I think this might be the closest battle on the track. No, I beg your pardon. I tell a lie because Matterford is 1.1 seconds behind.
He's actually in front of Aussie.
And now he's in
He's got
front
back
of
in front
Aussie.
of him.
What's going on there? Matterford down into turn 1. So, well, that's very strange. We've missed that move, but Matterford, who went off at the corkscrew, Aussie Thunder, the last time I saw Aussie Thunder, he was going through. We saw Kilroy go through, who is going to finish 3rd on merit, Wilco. So a great performance by him. Don't forget to get those
He's my driver of the day.
comments coming in. Kilroy for driver of the day. Be awesome if
Well,
we
let's
could
just
get...
watch Voodoo here. Let's just in case He might be on a slower lap here. OG's catching. Still got 15 seconds. So call it like it is the last lap, Trev. We'll see what happens.
Here we go, 13 seconds and counting. OGT's closing in, but through the last corner. On to the start-finish straight. The championship may not be over yet, but this man comes across the line.
This race is still going.
It's still going. It's still going.
1 second to go.
It's still
so you better
going.
not make a mistake because he could have backed off and got the flag then.
Oh, he could have backed off, but who knows? I don't know about you, Wilco, but I would have.
I hope no one runs out of fuel now.
I would have wanted that race to, if I was Voodoo. I would have wanted that race to finish on that lap. But anyway, he's got one more to go.
Oh, Manaford's pitting.
And Manaford into the pits, so I'm not sure. That must be for some damage or something, Wilco.
Or Aussie Thunder's had something happen to him.
And Aussie Thunder.
He's out of fuel, is he?
And
maybe these boys have under-fueled. The extra laps killed him.
And maybe Voodoo might have...
I think, yeah, Aussie Thunder's got no engine noise. So I think he's out.
And he's going to have to glide home, I think, or roll home at least. So Aussie Thunder. It's downhill there, Aussie, but it's going to...
Now it goes uphill, and the line's actually at that fucking that white WeatherTech Laguna Seca thing, which is about 100 metres ahead.
So
anyway, Voodoo's going through the second last quarter now.
There we go. He might save him. He might save him here if he goes a lap down. We'll wait and see what happens here, but geez, I feel sorry for him. But Voodoo, now this is the last corner. This is the last lap, and now Voodoo.
No, don't hit him. Don't hit him. It's his teammate. I thought he was going to hit him. There he is.
Across the line. There we go. So Voodoo wins this race. The Nigerian Prince takes out P1 here at Laguna Seca. OGT finishes second. Kilroy, here he comes. Driver of the day. My driver of the day at least, and yours too, Wilco. WTF on the front windscreen, but a beautiful drive. We call him the quiet achiever, and he finishes third in this race. Static Hazard as well. Good drive from him. Also, to finish inside the top four. He comes across the line now to finish this race. We'll get to Thunder, who's still seventh on my screen. Heat now.
Yeah, he actually crossed the line, but maybe he only had like a litre of fuel, because as soon as Voodoo crossed the line, he sort of picked up the pace, so... now he's back in the pits, so he must have only had a litre of fuel left. So he's only dropped one position out of that because Madford got back out in the pits. But Heat coming around the last corner now.
Here we go. Heat P5, not bad. Handy haul of points for whatever team he is a part of. We might get those names up on those graphics next year because we're 8 rounds in.
Hot Nuts Racing, Trev.
Hot Nuts, of course. Of course, Wilco. That is magnificent. And Madaford in 6th. He did make a late pit stop. He's still going to finish in P6. But I guess it's just practice for him, isn't it, really, Wilco? He's a Tier 1 man, as we know. And that's not the last we're going to see of Madaford this week. Because stay tuned for him in Tier 1. We're going to see plenty of him. Aussie Thunder is back in the pits. JJ is out on the track there. Is he run out of fuel, or is he just given up?
That everyone's finished the race now. So
there we go. So everyone's finished.
These top 3 in the in post-race interview now. And yeah, everyone get your votes for driver of the day. I've gone for Kilroy. With his first podium, so that's going to be good to talk to him. But yeah, get your votes for driver of the day into the comments there.
There we go, as our top 3 join the party. And Voodoo, the Nigerian Prince. We might just wait for Kilroy, who's still finishing up, I reckon, before he joins us in our post-race driver interviews. But almost, that's a wrap nearly for round 8 of Tier 2. But this championship is not done quite yet. We will go down to Kailami next week in South Africa. And I think we've got OGT, but Voodoo, have we got you there, mate?
Yeah, copy.
Copy that. Voodoo, mate, talk us through your race. You just... you were patient, mate. You waited and waited there. We saw JJ and GRT just lurking around out front, mate. But you kept your head, mate, and you finished up. You got the win today, and you still wanted to do an extra lap as well there at the end.
Yeah, the win doesn't feel as good as what it could have been with Binger not getting taken out. Penguin needs to fucking learn some respect on the track before I think he comes back and races with us. But other than that, it was a solid race. I feel like Binger gets my driver of the day vote despite what happened. He would have won this. He had outright pace. And yeah, there's a lot of circumstances that we'll go through after the stream ends, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, cheers Trev, cheers Wilco.
Okay, thank you for that, JJ. I'll be double checking that front door tonight before you head to bed, because Voodoo might be working some magic as we speak. But OG teammate, P2 for you in the end. It was a shame we did lose Binger, like Voodoo mentioned there before, mate. But P2 for you, the championship. It's slim chances, mate, but the championship's still alive heading into next week.
Yeah, some of the most disrespectful racing I've come across in my time, but we'll leave that aside and deal with it later. I feel sorry for Binger. He had that race, and that would have pushed it. You know, and it's lucky for me I end up P2 because it pushes it another week and gives me and Voodoo another week to go at it for the #1 plate. We've been talking about it all day, all week. Nerves were just fried by the time we got to the race. So, yeah, an eventful and action-packed race. And I'm glad Voodoo got the win, and I'm very disappointed about how Binger went out. So, other than that, thanks a lot, boys, and we'll see you all next week.
Good stuff. Thank you, OGT. As we move along to Kilroy, mate, can you hear us? Have we got you?
Yeah, g'day Trev. G'day Jason.
Hey, podium.
TGYR, baby.
Hey.
Great stuff. And, well, mate, talk us through it. P3, you are a fan favourite, mate, but P3 on merit, you're one of our favourites here at KRL. But you just go about your business, mate. You got the job done. P3, fantastic race. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was, I think I started 7th or 8th or something, but I usually don't start out too well. I'm a bit too cautious maybe in the start, so I dropped back a bit, and then I got a little bit caught up in, I think righties had a spin going down the corkscrew, and so we all pitted, and then just went out and ran some consistent laps, and had some good battles. Had a really good battle with Aussie Thunder. Hats off to him. What a great race that was. Yeah, and then I had no sight. Everyone just kept on. I kept on looking up and not sure why I was gaining spots. It's not like I passed a bunch of people. I think they just all went off the track, so we got kind of lucky in that respect, I suppose. And it was a good finish though. I think it was one of my first podium for the
It is,
season.
yeah, right on, mate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And no votes come
with it.
through, so Trev and I voted you for driver of the day. So we've got two for you and two for
hang
Binger.
on.
So we'll have
Hang
to
on,
split it down the middle.
I'm sending one. Hang on. This will break the tie.
Kilroy's my backup driver. of the day.
Great stuff. No, mate, fantastic work. First podium. Good to hear another voice in the post-race interviews, mate. But congratulations, P3 tonight. I know you said
Cheers,
you were
Trev.
cautious,
Thanks,
mate, but awesome job, mate. Congratulations, and we'll catch you next week.
Racing tomorrow night, mate.
Hopefully, I've got to find out if I've got to go down south for work. But
I've got the gun
at
set up
this
for you,
point-
Kilroy. I've got the gun set up for you, brother.
Yeah.
Team GYR. Well done,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. That's awesome.
If
Hey,
we don't
thanks,
catch you tomorrow night,
fellas.
we'll catch you
It's
next week
fun.
at Carl. I'll be
Yeah.
right on tonight, mate.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Take it easy. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There we have it. So thank you, Kilroy. First time on the podium here tonight.
And driver of the day, because Aussie has just sent through his vote, so that's 3 to Kilroy for driver of the day. I like that.
3 for Kilroy. So he wins our driver of the day for Tier 2, round 8 of Tier 2 of this KRL season. We're almost out of time, Wilco. That is a wrap. Don't forget, like I always say, Tier 1 tomorrow night, Thursday from 8 p.m. sharp. Eastern Australian time, wherever you're watching. Don't forget about that on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. Subscribe, all that jazz. It's been great to bring you this broadcast tonight. No technical issues. Hopefully we don't have any tomorrow night for the Tier 1 boys. Touch wood. But Voodoo taking the win tonight. Another win. But OGT right behind him in second. Keeping him honest as we count down 2 rounds remaining in this championship. And Kilroy, great to see him on the podium. A favourite here at KRL. And P3 for him tonight. Wilco, thank you for being alongside me yet again. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, we will. Hopefully I can wrap up the championship tomorrow night. I'm going to have to go through all the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's 20 points I need over the 2 races tomorrow night. Sprint round, of course. So hopefully, we can get that done, and we can have a nice mental health round, which will be next week too, of course. We had the cancer round last season. Of course, very emotional round there, especially for Voodoo and stuff. So I think it was actually Mighty Murph's idea to do a mental health round after all the lockdowns and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be good for all the boys next week to sort of chuck on their blues and blacks and all that sort of colour. And we'll see all these Tier 2 boys in their special colours next week. Of course, the Lexus boys, the only thing they can change is their fucking rims. So we'll have a look at that next week. But yeah, it should be good. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, 7-minute quali, 20-minute race. Rinse and repeat. Should be good. Should be intense.
Great stuff. Sprint rounds always exciting. Don't forget 8 p.m. Like you said, join us for that. Can't wait for that. And like you said, next week a great initiative as well. I think it was Kailami last season for the cancer round, so mental health round will be next week. So stay tuned for that as well. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. Thank you very much once again for joining us here for round 8 of KRL. Round 8 continues tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Join us then. But for now.